G'day folks, and welcome to Great Chesterford Junction Model Railway, and this is your update for August in 2024. I've been working over the last month or so on storage solutions in my room here. I have a drawer down below here which I'll show you, which has fiddle-yard cassettes in it. Well, I currently have 7 of these cassettes. These are 1.2 metres long, or 4 feet. One of them is actually in the dispatch road at the moment, but yeah, there's 7 of these, and mostly for the goods trains. This one's a passenger train, and this is all in aid of assisting operations in this room. But basically this is about eventually running to a schedule in here, and so you need the storage to actually have freed up space on the railway itself. The railway is looking quite sparse at the moment because a lot of stuff is now stored away. So I've been working on a system, a schedule to do my train movements. I've had some help from one of the guys on platform 1 in South Australia who runs to a timetable, sent me some brilliant information, and I tried running to a fast clock, but it just didn't suit me. It's no good on my own. So you need about 5 or 6 blokes to run a system like that, which is what Ron does. But anyway, so I've picked some of the best ideas out of his system, and I've sort of come up with this schedule system myself. So what we'll do is we'll have a look at the schedule system, and then maybe we'll try running some trains to the schedule after that. G'day folks, this is a chart I use to work out sequences on my railway, and it's marked out with various positions that I have, or locations on my railway, and they all obviously mean something to me. It's probably just code to you, but this is basically, this is my main down area, this is the main up area, this is Bamford Station here, Little Bardfield Station, Great Chesterford Junction Station and Yard and Loco Shed, Newmarket Yard, which is a sliding fiddle yard, and this is Duxford, which is a drawer with cassettes in it, fiddle yard cassettes. You'll probably notice that the red has 2 areas, and so does the blue. This is journey pending, this is journey complete, same on the bottom. So if for example, say I had a train in MD 1, 2 and 3, and I like to work from left to right in this case. If I sent the train from MD1, this is a loop, a roundy, same as that one, a roundy. So if I sent that from there to Great Chesterford Junction, it would go around the loop and arrive back at the same spot. So to make it easier to keep track of which one has moved in those 3 sidings, the same in those, I've got journey completed over here with the same numbering. So when that one starts its journey on its loop, it goes from there to there, and then it will come over to here saying journey completed. So I'm keeping track of it, and the next 2, when they move, will do the same thing. So by the time I've shifted everything from that side to that side, I know they've all been around once, and it's time to change them over for something else out of the fiddle yard. That's how that works, and it works the same on the up line. You've got to think of this like a board game, and these rectangles, all the coloured rectangles here, they will have playing pieces put on them, and the playing pieces are made from little timber blocks that I had, and I've just labelled them. That's a passenger one. I've got goods, that's a goods one. And we've got DMU, which is that one. We've got a rail car, that one. Light engine, which comes in handy from time to time. The light engine, because a loco might travel from the engine shed to the yard, and then to Newmarket Yard to pick up, say, a passenger train that may be in here. And now these passenger trains are just coaches. So a loco will have to travel from the yard to pick up a coach to bring it back out into platform 4 here. So, and they'll be used in other areas too, where maybe a goods train will go up to Bamford, for example, and maybe come back, light engine. So yeah, that's the idea of that. What else have I got? I've got another one here called mixed. Oh, here it is. This is mixed. Now this can be a passenger goods. One I have set up permanently is a coach with some horse boxes, so that would be a mixed service. That's roughly it at the moment, and that's enough to get me through the process. And of course, this sort of thing can develop further as we go along. Now we'll get set up in a moment, but the thing is you have to have a starting point. So I need to know the status of my railway. In other words, where everything is, and so I can set this board out exactly the same as the way the railway is at the moment. And when I've got it set up, each move will then be written down on a piece of paper. Yes, I've just made up this sheet, which is quite simple. It's got the sequence number on the left, the service, which is, passenger, goods, mixed, whatever, where it's going from, where it's going to, and I'm also working on train orders and way bills. So for a goods service, there'll be a train order number which will relate to a series of way bills that go with that train, and what's to be done with wagons and all that sort of thing. But we still haven't got to that point yet. Anyway, more on that later. So we'll get this board set up, and then we'll take you through some of the moves. Right, we're starting this schedule with the scenario that it's early morning, and probably one of the first things to move on the railway will be a goods service. So what we'll do is we'll take the goods service from cassette number 7 at Duxford, and we'll put that up into Great Chesterford Yard. Now, if I had my train orders operational or my way bills, there might be a job for that particular goods service in that particular yard. But for this exercise, we're going to go straight through, calling in at Little Bardfield and Bamford eventually. So on the sequence sheet, it's quite simple. The first move, or the first sequence, we've got a goods service going from cassette 7 to Great Chesterford Yard. The next move is we'll take it up to Little Bardfield, so it's crossing the main lines and it's going up to Little Bardfield Yard. We'll put it in there, so we'll write that on the sequence sheet. So now we have 2 entries there, and the scenario is here that this goods may be setting down and picking up wagons on the way. So seeing this is early morning, we've still got to keep this service moving on. We could let it sit there for a while, assuming that it's shunting, but in this case we're going to send it straight on to Bamford Yard. So we'll go from Little Bardfield Yard up to Bamford Yard. So we'll just enter that on the sheet as well. Now, being an early morning, we've got to get some of these commuters down to the main station to connect up with mainline services. So the first thing we probably should do is move the DMU, because it's got 2 stations to actually negotiate before it gets there. So we'll take the DMU from platform 2 at Bamford down to platform 1 at Little Bardfield. So we've got the platforms in there as well, folks. So the DMU has gone from Bamford platform 2 to Little Bardfield platform 1. Now at the same time, we've got a rail car here sitting in cassette number 8. So we'll take the rail car from cassette number 8 over to Great Chesterford Junction platform 4 for the same reason. And then we'll bring our DMU down to the bay platform at Great Chesterford Junction, so from Little Bardfield to platform 1 at Great Chesterford Junction. Now that we have our early morning goods and our early morning commuters on the branch or branches out of the way, we can start looking at moving the mainline trains to service these commuters. So working from left to right just keeps everything organised, I suppose, for me. So what we'll do is we'll take a passenger service on the down line from the main down 2, and that'll come in at Great Chesterford Junction platform 2. And to service the other direction, we'll take the passenger service from main up 4, and that'll come in at Great Chesterford Junction platform 3. Now we'll get in early here, folks, to create a bit of space in the Newmarket Yard fiddle yard. So what we'll do is we'll bring out the goods train, which is going to be a mainline goods, we're going to bring out the goods train from Newmarket 1 and we'll put it into Great Chesterford Yard. So just an update, we're up to sequence 9 here already. It's a bit messy, but you know, this is just a rough draft where it can be transferred onto a computer program to sort of tidy it all up, but we're getting there. Now it's time to move these mainline trains on, so we'll take the passenger service from the platform 3 to the back to main up 4, which is down here now because it's completed its journey. And we'll do the same with the down line. We've got a passenger service here in platform 2, and that will go back to where it came from, which was the main down 2, but it'll be in the journey completed section over there. Also, it's time now to move on the DMU and the rail cars. So the first one we'll move is the DMU, so that will go back up to Little Bardfield from Great Chesterford Junction. And the rail car will go back to where it came from at Duxford, so that's leaving platform 4, and that will go back to cassette number 8 at Duxford. Now we have this mainline goods train waiting here, and we've got a bit more room on the down line, so what we'll do is we'll set that up so that it can leave platform 4 and go up to the main down 1, which was vacant all this time. So we'll move that out of Great Chesterford Junction and send it up to main down 1. We'll take that over there. Now we've got a mainline goods in the up line, which should really just pass straight through the stations. So we'll take it from main up 6. It'll pass through Great Chesterford Junction, and it'll finish up back in the fiddle yard. However, I'm jumping the gun here. I'm not working left to right, so I'll put it in the next position here. No, I can't actually, because that's blocked, so I'll have to put it in position 6. So yeah, we're going to take that up the main line and then back to where it came from along there. Now so far folks, we're up to 15 sequences there, and you can see with the bottom one here, the goods that's just doing a mainline run from A to B basically, from where it started to where it ended. So it's MU6 to MU6, that's how that works out. So, you know, with that little blip we had just a little while ago with the location thing, it's a visual thing here. You can see, no, I can't send this one here to that one because there's something in there. So it sort of helps to keep me on my toes. So now we'll take another mainline train. We'll take the one in position 3 here on the down line, and we'll bring that in, not into platform 2 this time, but what we'll do is we'll bring it into platform 4. So we'll take that from main down 3 into platform 4. The reason for that is that I'm starting to create a bit more space up here in my down line. I'll do the same sort of thing on the up line as well. You've got to keep these things rotating, otherwise you'll just clog up the whole system. Right, we'll now take the passenger service in Great Chesterford Junction platform 4 and we'll put it into Newmarket Yard. So it travels from platform 4, and we've got an available road on platform in road number 1, so it goes into Newmarket number 1. Now what happens when a train goes into Newmarket Yard is that the engine uncouples and either stays in the storage yard, which is attached to the fiddle yard, or it comes back out to Great Chesterford engine shed. So in this case we might bring the engine back out. So what we'll do is we'll have a light engine coming back out to the yard. So we'll just put that light engine block on top of that passenger service to let us know what we're going to do. So the next move is light engine from Newmarket Yard 1 out to the engine shed. It's time really to get our DMU back to base as well. I may have overlooked that for a little while, so we'll move the DMU back up to Bamford to platform 2 there. It's been rather a long service, that one. Now you can see from looking at the board here, we're running out of trains that haven't done a circuit yet, in our upline and our downline, but at the moment we don't have any available spaces in Newmarket Yard to take a passenger service to put in there. So what we're going to have to do is get passenger service out of there to send either to the downline or the upline. So the first thing we'll do is we'll get a light engine out, or an engine from the engine shed out into the yard, and that will go and pick up a train from Newmarket. Now if I look at my list that I've got, that I've been making all the way here, the last train that I brought into Newmarket Yard was on Newmarket number 1 road. So obviously leave that one there, and we'll pick from one of the others to create a space in Newmarket Yard. So the beauty of this, folks, is that it's a visual thing, and you can see where you are, and you can double check on your moves back on the list of what you've actually done. So at the moment we're going to take our light engine from the yard over to Newmarket to pick up a train. So we'll probably work from the other end. So we'll probably go to Newmarket number 6, which is on the right hand side here. We'll pick up a passenger service. So that's the next move. So we'll go from the yard and we'll go to Newmarket number 6 with our light engine. Now once the engine is connected, we can dispense with the light engine block and just put it back in the loco shed there. Now the next thing to do is to move this train from Newmarket number 6 out into Great Chesterford Junction platform 4. So we will do that and then enter that on the sheet. So where we'll go from here is, if we look at the status of how things are set out in the mainline fiddle yards, we've got 2 locations used in the down yard. However, we've got all 3 positions in the upline occupied. We've got 4, which is that one, and 5 and 6 are both occupied. So all 3 spaces are occupied. So at the moment we've got our hands tied, so we'll make a choice and we'll send this to what's available, main down number 3. So main down number 3 is available, so we'll send it up there. Now what we'll do is, we've got a good length goods train here in main down 1, so we might just run that straight through the station. So in effect it's got to travel through from main down 1 down to through platform 2, and it'll just keep going and it'll finish up back at main down 1, but it'll be a journey completed for that particular train. So we'll simulate going to there and to there, so main down 1 to main down 1, and we'll write that on the list. Now what we'll do now is run a passenger service from Duxford Yard, it's cassette number 3, into Great Chesterford Junction platform 4. This is a service that terminates here and then goes back to Duxford. So we'll bring that train in from cassette number 3 to Great Chesterford Junction platform 4. Then bring the train in main downline number 3 into platform 2 at Great Chesterford Junction. So that's from there to there, and the corresponding up service from MU5 to platform 3 at Great Chesterford. The little terminating passenger service at platform 4 can now return to its cassette, which is cassette number 3 in Duxford, and the mainline services can move on the rest of their journey. So we will take the train from platform 2, which is the downline train, and that will go to main down number 3. So that's that one there, will go to main down number 3, and those journeys are completed. And the same applies for the up train, which is on platform 3, and that will go to MU5 in the completed journeys. So there we are, folks, we've got a full sheet of 30 moves. Now I don't know how long that will take to run, but you know, that's a pretty good session just on its own there, and we're nowhere near we're nowhere near getting everything back to where it started. I haven't actually got that far with this sort of thing yet, but you'll get the idea of how things move. Now the way it is here on the board, it's still not too hard to work out some moves. I think, you know, realistically, if I had one less road occupied in here in Newmarket, it would make things easier for transferring trains around. I think it holds 6 trains, but realistically I think it's better off holding 4. The cassettes don't matter, they're more flexible, but and also I've got more of those to come. But the rest of it, yeah, it's fine. I think that's probably what's showing up in operations, is maybe lose a train out of here and it'll be fine. So, I mean, I could go on and on with this, but, you know, we've only got so much time, haven't we?
Well, folks, that's running trains to a schedule. I think with what I've quickly done here on the schedule is sort of favoured the main line running, really. There should be more on the branch, but it's the sort of thing where you can sort of write it out and think, oh no, I need to change this, I need to change that. So it's no trouble to sort of analyse it once you've done it, and, you know, pick out where the faults are, if you like, and sort of adjust it and sort of get it into a better balanced sort of running session. There's a lot here for me to run on my own. Sometimes I have help, but most of the time I'm on my own. So it starts to bring a sort of a meaning into running the trains here, because there's dedicated services and goods come in and all that sort of thing. And that's the other thing that has to be factored into this long term, is that the goods trains are going to be setting down and picking up wagons, all that sort of thing, with weigh bills and train orders. So that just makes it even more complicated. So it's all in aid of keeping the old stuff ticking over in there. Yeah, keep me on the ball. Anyway, but that's all I've got for you this month, so I hope you've enjoyed that. It's kind of long, but there you are. I'll see you next time. Cheers. Gourmet.